Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
You always make a very schneid, unnecessary, backhanded comment.
Yeah.
Passive-aggressive, I would go as far to say.
I'd go aggressive-aggressive. It's not even passive. I farted loudly, in brackets, in my Pilates class.
Oh, no.
I can never go back. Can I?
I think we are both pretty
not.
cool for middle age.
I don't really care about being cool anymore. That's how middle-aged I am.
Before we jump into the show, we're very excited and honoured to tell you that we are currently part of Spotlight. Spotlight is a project from Apple Podcasts which highlights a creator or creative team every couple of months, and they have chosen us for this autumn.
Apple's editorial team believes you're going to want to spend a lot more time with us, and we definitely want to spend more time with you. So they kindly put us together. Thank you, Apple Podcasts.
We really hope you enjoyed this new show, and we really hope you stick around to talk about all things midlife.
And don't forget, you can listen ad-free to both this show and Self Care Club when you subscribe to our channel.
Welcome to 40ish. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishcombe.
This is a brand new podcast that navigates the challenges and absurdities of 40-something life and solves all of your dilemmas.
Or we do attempt to.
I think we do a pretty good job. In the coming weeks, we're going to discuss your problems, your issues, your rants that you have kindly shared with us, and we are also going to divulge some of our own stories about how to navigate midlife.
If you're new to the show, then welcome. Thanks very much for joining us, and please do go and follow the show for new episodes every week.
What is going on in your world this week, Lauren Mishcombe?
I have bought, wait for it, drum roll please, new set of pots and pans, and I am living the dream.
You have brought it up a few times.
I am hyped. I am buzzing.
Basically, you've tried to have this conversation with me for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I've avoided it and ignored it.
Why are you being so pan avoidant?
Pan avoidant.
Why?
Because I'm not overly interested, I've got to be honest. So now what you're doing is you're bringing it up in the recording so that I have to have the conversation with you.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with them?
With my new pans?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I can't believe you're opening the show to talk about fucking
Okay, I'm
saucepans.
going to tell you for why. When we got married 23 years ago.
Not me and you.
No,
you
not
and
me
Ollie.
and you, me and my husband.
Just specify.
Yeah. We got a really lovely, really nice set of Le Creuset pans. But you know, they are cast iron motherfuckers.
They're heavy. And you've
Oh
got
my
frozen
God.
shoulder.
Exactly. They're a bit knackered. I cook every single day in them. And then I was at my sister-in-law's house. She had these gorgeous white pans, and they were not only stackable, but the handles, they click on and off. So you basically just stack this series of bowls and pans, and the handles are separate. It blew my mind. So I ordered them on a very popular online site that sometimes sells books, but also sells everything else. And they arrived.
Why are you not saying Amazon? Why are you being
I
weird about it?
I don't know. Maybe we're not allowed.
What? According to who?
I don't know. They don't sponsor us, sadly.
Well, maybe they will now. Like if you say it, call it in. Call it in.
I think I want to big up the new pans because I would like to encourage you.
We're still on the pans.
Listen.
What is the make of the pans?
Oh, God.
Is it Our Place? Because
No,
I have had my
no.
eye on the Our Place pans. Have you seen those?
I haven't. They're called, I think, carote. 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 But listen, I haven't used them yet. So I don't want to start talking about them if they're not great. but they look great. And also,
Hold on.
what?
You've been trying to have this conversation with me for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I only
right?
got them
I bought some new
I only got them
pans.
yesterday. They only arrived yesterday.
So what? You'd ordered them and you wanted to talk to me about them.
Yeah.
And now you haven't used them yet.
Not yet.
But you were excited before they came.
I know. The thought of them.
Lauren.
So tragic. I actually thought about buying you a set. They were a bit expensive, but I did consider it because I love you very much, but your frying
my
pan
God.
is trash. Your frying pan is trash. It's trash. You deserve
Lauren.
better.
You deserve it. Lauren,
Yeah.
you need, right? Okay, we're going to have this conversation.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
feel like we've been skirting around this issue a lot.
Okay.
Let's just give context.
Yeah,
I make you
let's.
lunch 3 times a week.
Yes. What do you make many times?
Eggs.
Scrambled eggs. Like
Yes.
you make that like you in your household. That's a staple thing, right?
It actually, to be honest with you, the only time I eat scrambled eggs is with you because I actually don't like scrambled eggs.
What?
I don't really like scrambled eggs. I prefer a fried egg, if I'm honest.
Okay, that still needs a frying pan.
No, it does. But
I also don't love scrambled eggs.
Why are we eating them
3 times a week?
because they're quick. Because we normally
yeah,
come in from
they're quick,
recording,
they're
then we've
quick.
always got a call or we've always
They're
got a
quick,
meeting.
they're healthy. It's a good lunch.
It's a quick, easy lunch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you always make
Yeah.
a very schneid, unnecessary, backhanded comment.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive. I
Yeah.
would go as far to
I'd
say.
go aggressive. It's not even passive.
No, sometimes it's really passive.
It's not. There's nothing passive about it.
About my pans.
About the pan.
About how I treat my pans.
Correct.
You
Both
get
of those
very,
things.
very protective over my pans.
Well, there's no point now because it's fit for the bin. That one pan.
Only one of them.
Yeah, that one.
bigger
that you
one-
make that you make the scrambled eggs in.
No, I don't use that anymore because you made so many fucking comments about it. Why do you care? Let's just get to the crux of the issue.
Yeah.
Why do you care? And also, why are you judging the state of my fucking frying pans?
I'll tell you why. Because it's really bad to scrape a non-stick pan with a metal thing because you've scratched all the non-stick off and then all the nasty toxic stuff that's at the bottom of the pan, we are all ingesting because you've scraped it all off. So it's not actually good for you or me, and I'm eating it too. And also, you have a lovely home. You're a good cook. You're a very put together woman. You deserve a better pan in your life and in your kitchen. It doesn't match the aesthetic of
Okay.
you. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
It's a trash pan. You're not a trash person.
You know, when we get home
Yep.
and we get back to my house after
Yeah.
this recording,
Yeah.
and I'm probably going to make you scrambled eggs again.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll make fried eggs.
Maybe, yeah.
Because now that we've
Yeah, okay.
established that
Yeah.
neither of us like it, you
Yep.
are going to have the pleasure and honour of chucking it in my wheelie bin.
Yes.
How about that?
I feel like I've won at life today.
Right.
But you've
But
got
I
to
would-
order a new one.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
order a new one.
Right.
I don't want. Are they really expensive? And does
No,
it come as a
no.
set?
Yeah,
Because
you don't have
these
to get the
Our
whole
Place
set.
pans, I
Yeah.
really want to get sponsored by them. And I've
Okay.
seen a few influencers. I have been sponsored by them.
Yeah.
They're like £120 a pan. And actually,
Oh.
I've really wanted one. But you have now gotten into my head saying things like, and this is your voice, like, you don't deserve such a nice pan. You have actually said.
No, you do
No,
deserve.
you've actually said that to me before.
Are you going to treat it with respect with a wooden spoon?
I don't
not
have a
metal-
wooden spoon.
Okay, I'm going to buy you.
All
a
right,
wooden
great.
spoon.
Then yes, I will.
Or even a rubber spatula.
What I would like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, will that do?
Yeah.
I might buy you both.
Oh,
You must have a wooden spoon in your house. Don't believe you.
I don't.
Okay. How do you make cakes?
I don't make cakes.
Okay. Okay.
The world revolves without a wooden spoon.
Not in my kitchen.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, we've always,
I use one every day.
as we've always established,
How
as
do
you are
stir
more
s-
middle-aged
How
than
do
I
you stir
am,
soup? How do you stir?
with a spoon. What do you mean? How do you stir soup?
What do you stir with in your saucepan?
A spoon.
What
a
ki-
spoon.
What kind of spoon? A metal one?
I'm not going to have you
Okay,
spoon
right.
shame me now. You're spoon shaming me
I
now.
feel like your mother did not teach you how to stir saucepans.
I feel like that's okay.
Just before we dive into your dilemmas, a quick disclaimer.
We are not doctors or healthcare professionals.
Just numpties, and this is a fun space where we share our thoughts.
Which could be obviously totally wrong.
So if there is an issue that you're seriously struggling with, please contact a qualified expert.
Okay. What is our first question from our first listener of the day?
I feel like you're going to have a lot to say about this. I feel like this is like going to be one of the subjects where you're just going to go on a Nicole monologue.
You love my monologues.
I do quite like them. I feel like this is in your zone of interest.
I feel like my monologues have only come along since perimenopause. Would you agree with that?
Yes, they've definitely heightened.
They're definitely more frequent.
They are. Here is the question. The headline is Fed Up with My Friend and Her Dramas.
Oh, God. Okay.
I have a good friend who's been in a shitty relationship for over a decade.
Oh, God.
Every few months, she will either call me up or spend the evening when we're together in person telling me about the latest row or drama. I've really been there for her and I say all the right things like you deserve better, yes, he's behaved badly, etc., etc. But to be totally honest, I'm now getting really frustrated and fed up with it all. Sometimes she sends me screenshots of their texts.
Oh, that's a bit much.
And although on the whole I side with her, I don't know how to tell her that some of the time she is being completely unreasonable or just awful to him. I do want the best for her and I do think for both their sakes that she needs to end it, but I can't say that. And I also don't want to have to listen to her dramas anymore as nothing changes.
Why can't she say that? Why can't she say that she should end it?
Maybe she doesn't feel it's her place.
But this friend is making it her place. If she's involving her so intimately in the intricacies of their relationship, then it is her place to say things like that. Do you not think?
It's quite a big thing to say to someone about a 10-year relationship. I think it's one thing if it's like a couple of months in, you can be like, oh, do you know what? I'm not sure he's the right person for you. But 10 years, I mean, they might have a home together. They might have a child.
I did actually have this with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And she had been with him 10 years as well.
It's a long time.
And not that she was sharing any of the text messages or anything like that. And I didn't see her that often, but when I would see her and I'd say, what's been going on? She would always tell me about stuff that was going on in their relationship, which wasn't the healthiest. And I remember saying to her, but she isn't one of my closest friends. She's a lovely friend. So I don't have that relationship with her anyway. And I do remember saying to her once, normally I would just listen. And I said to her, what is it you're actually getting from this relationship? And she really did jump on the defense. She got really defensive and she was like, I've been with him 10 years. What do you mean? I can't just walk away. You have to be supportive of people. Like she really sort of gave me a whole dressing down and I never said anything again. So I thought, okay, so she just wants me to listen. That's fine. But it depends on the relationship. Like I said, I don't see her that often. If it's someone that you're seeing all the time and speaking to all the time and you're getting this all the time, it's really draining.
Yeah. You also, I would have to wonder, is there a part of this woman that actually really enjoys the drama?
Well, she must do. She must be getting something from it. And also, if your whole ammo is just to sit and try and prove how wrong he is, or how wronged you are and how right you are, then that can be quite a seductive rhythm to get stuck in.
Yeah. I wonder after 10 years if maybe it's not right, it's run its course, it is no good, but there's that whole sunk cost fallacy thing, right? We wrote about that in our book that we wrote, where you basically invested a lot of time or a lot of money or a lot of energy into something, and because of that you won't let it go.
Yep. When
actually you should.
Look, this has happened to me many times with friends that have been in situations, not necessarily always a romantic relationship, situations, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship that is toxic and they shouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
And at 47 years old, the one thing I have learned is people won't make the change because you tell them to. No. They make the change when they're ready to.
They have to want to. It doesn't sound like this woman wants to, but I think the problem is twofold. One, she's driving her friend completely mad with this and really over-involving her by sharing the text. That's private stuff. That shouldn't be shared outside the relationship.
But the friend who's written into us is within her rights to say to the other friend, you know what, maybe just don't show me those text messages. It's not, I don't need to see it.
She's involving her. She's asking for her opinion. She's bombarding her with all of her dramas. But whenever she gives her advice or opinions, she's doing nothing about it.
Well,
So
she's asking for her what she's asking for is to agree with her.
she's asking for validation.
Yes.
She doesn't actually want the situation to change.
No, or maybe she's not ready to.
And also, I wonder if the friend said to her, listen, I don't want to be involved in your domestics anymore. It's just not appropriate and it's making me feel really uncomfortable. Can we not talk about it? I wonder what else is in that friendship between them.
Or how that would shift the relationship and if it would shift the relationship.
Yeah.
Because also, if everything is about that relationship, that toxic relationship within their friendship, then the woman that wrote in, her needs aren't being met. Her needs aren't being seen to in this relationship. And it is, friendships are a two-way thing and both needs need to be met. Not at all times. Sometimes one friend needs more than the other and that's okay. But in the main, if you take a macro view of it, it has to be an even playing field.
Give and take.
It has to be, right?
I think so. Otherwise, it's not a friendship. It's a therapist.
Yes. So what was her question? What does she want us to answer? What she should do about it?
She says, I want the best for her. I think for the both of their sakes, she needs to end it. But I can't say that. And I also don't want to have to listen to her dramas anymore because nothing changes.
I mean, it's difficult. It's really difficult. And I have been here a few times. And once I kind of just distanced myself because I said everything I could possibly say and do everything I could possibly do, and the support and the saying whatever I thought and then the not saying whatever I thought. And it was just like everything led to a dead end.
Yeah.
And in the end, I actually had to protect myself. And so I sort of backed away until she found herself out of the situation. And actually she healed in her own time. And it took time. It did take time. But I'm pleased to say that our friendship is back on track now. Because she's back on track.
The other problem is if she says, listen, this is clearly not working out. I really think you should end it. And she does end it. And then they end up getting back together.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you then become the bad guy.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
your thoughts and opinions are always going to be known in the space.
Yeah. So she's probably a bit wary of that happening. Or being made responsible. Or she says, you told me to end it and now I'm alone and now I'm so unhappy and now I'm so lonely and it's your fault because you were the one who said X, Y, Z. She doesn't want to be the fool guy for this.
And people can't do it for somebody else. They have to make changes for themselves when they're ready to. And if it's too much for this person who's written in, that's okay too. It's okay for it to be too much and it's okay to step away a little bit. It really is.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. We wrote about that too in the book.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to do that, go get our book. Have you tried this?
Oh, nice plug there.
You like that?
Yeah. Nicole, you know what time of year it is.
Oh, yes. It's when you go mad searching for sequin trousers to wear for Christmas parties that you're never going to.
True, but it's also that time of year again when shops slash their prices and sales are everywhere. But instead of buying that discounted pair of gold 6-inch heel boots you're never going to wear, why not invest in your health?
For Cyber Week, Zoe, the science and nutrition company, is offering 20% off Zoe membership, their personalised nutrition programme, and 20% off Daily 30, their first of its kind whole food supplement of over 30 plants.
To get this exclusive discount, use code Zoe20 at zoe.com.
You know that Zoe has never done a Cyber Week offer, and I'm not sure if they'll ever do one again. They've also never had one so big, Lauren.
I know, it's amazing. So this is your chance, listeners, to try Zoe. We are big fans, and not just because they sponsor our podcast.
Zoe conducts extensive scientific research and uses the results to inform their membership program. In a randomized controlled trial, participating Zoe members reported positive changes to their gut microbiome and were 4 times more likely to report better sleep and more energy. That's amazing.
It really is. Put it like this. Quite simply, Zoe is one of the best investments you can make in your health.
Will you give Zoe membership a try? Remember to use the code Zoe20 at checkout to get 20% off.
Zoe's Cyber Week discount ends on December the 3rd, so make the most of it today. Go to zoe.com and enter code Zoe20 for 20% off.
Subtle results, still you, but with fewer lines. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Looking for a pickup truck to get just about anything done? Look no further. The Chevy Silverado EV isn't just the most powerful Silverado ever, with next-level towing capability and technology. It also offers game-changing versatility with the available multi-flex midgate and tailgate, which means Silverado EV helps you carry large, bulky, and oddly shaped items up to nearly 11 feet in length. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit Chevrolet.com to learn more.
I mean, something very exciting happened just before we recorded.
Well, I don't know if it was exciting, but it was definitely novel.
I was quite excited. I actually jumped up and down.
We taught a young dog new
No,
tricks.
not we. What do you mean we?
I already knew it, actually.
We were not involved. Okay, it was between me.
I'm just saying, don't make out like I'm some tech phobe, because I actually knew this. I knew it and he didn't.
Why do you think you knew it?
I actually saw it online somewhere.
No, you didn't.
As a new feature. Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
I did.
Oh, what? You were just on.
You didn't teach it to me.
I bet I did.
You did not.
How are we going to prove that?
I can't prove it.
Should we give some sort of transparency as to what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. There's this new feature. It's actually not that new on the iPhone.
Yeah.
That if you put the two iPhones head to head,
If you bump them, like a fist bump, but with your phone.
Yeah. They connect and it does this really cool, like graphic-y sort of aura thing, doesn't it? Mm. And then you can see that the two phones have connected.
Yeah, and you can share
and then you can share your contacts. Files and contacts really quickly and really easily with AirDrop.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jesse, one of the producers here, who, how old is he? 19. Great guy. He is a great guy. We actually also found out only yesterday that he's like some social media celeb.
He's like a massive TikTok star.
No, YouTube. Oh,
and TikTok.
We had no idea. He's got like over 500,000 subscribers on
he's
YouTube.
He's very cool. His name's Jesse. He's 19. He works in this studio where we
And he's one of the producers and he's great.
Yeah.
And he's really helpful. Anyway, he took a video of us because we were videoing something for Apple Podcasts. And then I said to him, right, can you just send it to my phone? Actually, your words were, send it to Nicole because
I lose things like this. Something along those lines.
Send it to
She deals with these sorts of things.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
It was that sort of thing.
Yeah, that vibe. Yeah.
So I put the phones head to head and he said, Lauren,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? And I said, Jesse, we're connecting.
Yeah.
And he felt a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
But basically, the long and the short of it is that I, taking ownership, taught the 19-year-old, very cool, very famous YouTuber / TikToker a new feature on an iPhone. I, the 47-year-old. So when he didn't know about it, he's like, oh, no. He was a bit skeptical at first. And then when I explained it, he was like, oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
That was the point.
He was really impressed.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was impressed with the feature or the fact that I taught it to him. I think the feature.
Both. Let's say both.
Let's go with both.
Yeah.
I jumped up and down.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm always trying to prove the point that middle age is cool.
I mean, it's not, but that was a cool moment.
It is. I think we are both pretty cool for middle age.
I don't really care about being cool anymore. That's how middle-aged I am.
I think you do.
I don't.
Yeah, I think you don't want to be like, what's the opposite of cool? Uncool.
Square.
Yeah, you're not square.
I don't mind being square.
Yeah, you do.
I like square.
No, you don't.
Square's sexy.
Square is not sexy.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Is square still a thing? Do you think people still say square?
Oh
my God, they're so square.
I still say it. It's a very good description of someone. Have you ever met blah, blah, blah? What are they like? They're quite square. And you know instantly what I mean, don't you?
I do, because we're the same generation.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's translated over to like millennials or the younger generations.
I don't think it has, but it's not. Nowadays, I think they'd say sad, but it's not
No,
the
it's
same
not
as sad.
sad.
Because square, I think, can be actually quite,
What is the new term for square?
conformist,
No.
conservative,
No, it's
bookish. I don't know. I don't know what the term is, but for me, square covers it all. I've got some square friends, and I really
No,
like
you
them.
have not got one square friend.
I do.
Name them. Name them and shame them.
Obviously not going to name
Who?
and shame them
Who
because they
out of
would
your-
find it offensive.
I know all of your friends, apart from this one couple that you occasionally
Oh my
talk
God.
about.
You think I make them up?
What are their names?
Jess and Mike.
Jess and Mike. Jess and Mike. Right, let's discuss Jess and Mike. Because
Okay,
Jess and Mike.
let's discuss Jess and Mike.
Yes, I just said.
Go on then. What do you
and
want
Mike.
to discuss about them?
They appear every now and then. They've never been to your Christmas party, have they? Never met them
That's
there.
because they're in the countryside.
That's because they don't exist.
Oh my God.
Right? They don't
Right.
exist.
Yep.
So every now and then, I would say once every 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
you're like suddenly going out on like a Tuesday night. I'm like, where are you going? I'm going over to Jess and Mike.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Jess and Mike who don't exist. Oh, Jess and Mike who's Ollie's work colleague,
Yeah,
that old chestnut. And you're like, yeah, they're younger, they're cooler.
they are.
They've got 2 dogs or something.
They've just adopted 2 Dachshunds.
Whatevs. Anyway, I've never seen or smelt or heard or seen any whiff of Jess and
Let
Mike.
me just tell you, they look, if you're talking about seeing, smelling and hearing, they look fabulous because she's about 6 foot.
Of course they do, because they're in your
She's about
imagination.
6 foot and blonde and
Of course
stunning.
she is. Of
And
course she
he's
is.
like in his 30s.
Listen, if you're going to imagine a couple friends, you might as well make them perfect.
She's very clever because she's a lawyer.
Of course she is. Of course she is.
And they
Yeah.
speak delightfully.
Of course, and they're very
fun.
and they very. Of course, they're fun and,
and
they're
friendly
cultured and friendly,
very cultured.
Yeah, and they're very hip.
They're great cooks.
I bet they're not square.
They're young.
Yeah,
They're not
Of
square.
course they are. They are everything
fun.
that you need in a friendship.
They are not made up.
They are.
I'm going to invite you to dinner with them. And
Are
then you're
you?
going to have to say to her, oh my God, Lauren said that you existed, but I said she made you
She
up.
doesn't exist.
Okay,
Jess and Mike.
She does.
Jess and Mike suddenly appeared in the conversation last week.
Because they'd adopted these 2 dogs. And
No,
I
I
was
know,
really
I know.
excited.
You'd already told me.
Yeah.
No, you were going for dinner. No, but this was funny because you're like, oh, well, I was supposed to be going for dinner with Jess and Mike, but now I can't because I don't have a babysit. It's like, you were never going for dinner with Jess and Mike.
I was. Can I just say, I'm sorry, I don't need to make up friends. I don't need to make up friends. You've got a made up friend, Vanessa.
She is not, I don't know. You've actually met Vanessa. Vanessa.
You said it was Vanessa, but it could have been anyone.
I've actually shown you photos of Vanessa.
Yeah,
I've never seen.
AI generated.
I've never seen any evidence of Jess or Mike.
You've just Googled like
There's
picture
no-
of a woman in her 40s and then just superimpose it next to you. Here's my friend Vanessa.
There's no digital footprint of Jess and Mike. None.
Do
Nothing.
you want me to show you the WhatsApps? And you'll know
No,
she's
because you
real.
could have made that shit up.
I can show you photos.
No, show me her Facebook account.
I don't think she has Facebook.
Of course she
She's
doesn't.
30.
Of course she doesn't.
She's too cool for Facebook.
Is she on Instagram?
I've no idea.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't think she's got time for Instagram.
No, of course she's not.
Oh my God.
Vanessa
Yeah.
has a digital footprint.
Right.
Vanessa was
Yeah.
at our book launch. Vanessa
Yeah.
was at my husband's 50th.
She wasn't at our book launch.
Yes, she was. Vanessa was at my husband's 50th. She was also at my daughter's bat mitzvah. You have met Vanessa.
Suck it up.
Numerous
Suck it up.
times.
There's a photo of Jess and Mike on their wedding day. Suck it up.
You could have literally could be like a stock
It
image.
is not a stock image. That is her. I'm not showing her surname. That is her and her husband.
You know what?
What?
I
There's their
think we
dogs.
should- I think-
There's their dogs.
I think we should. Oh, that is a gorgeous dog.
I know.
I think we should have a dinner
Yeah.
with Jess and Mike and Vanessa. Let's get all the imaginary friends in one place
But we'll just cook for 4 of us.
in your new pans. And then it will just be you, me, Adam, and Ollie at the dinner table.
And we'll set the table for our imaginary friends.
That sounds like a fun night. And then we'll get really drunk because we're a bit depressed. What's our next dilemma?
The headline is exercise embarrassment. Well, it's one for you because I don't do any exercise, so you should be able to answer this.
Automatically an embarrassment.
Clearly wasn't intended for me, was it?
What? Come on, what's the question?
It's a short one. It's a short one.
Okay.
I farted loudly, in brackets, in my Pilates class.
Oh, no.
I can never go back. Can I? No. No, you can't. Find another class. They're 10 a penny. There's one on every high street. Leave. Go to a new one. Don't bring you and your farty bottom back to the old class. That's it, really.
Lovely. What lovely advice you have given.
Nothing more to add.
I'm sure she feels very supported by our podcast now.
I've nothing more to add.
Well, firstly, they're 10 a penny and they're on. Can you stop saying that comment? Because I've noticed that you've said that sentence, they're 10 a penny, on quite a few of these podcasts.
Have I?
Yeah.
Is it a bit middle-aged?
Because I edit you.
Is it middle-aged?
It's not middle-aged. It's like medieval. What does it even mean?
It means they're common.
They're 10 a penny.
It means they're common.
They're 10 a penny.
Yeah.
It's a very, very old saying. Does your mum say it?
Very, very old person.
You're not very old. You're younger than me. Stop it.
Did my mum say it?
Does your mum say it?
No.
Does your dad say it? I can hear your dad saying it.
Does
Someone
my dad
says
say it. Don't know. Maybe my mum says it. I don't know. I've never thought about it till this moment.
It's like when you say, I've got to go to the loo, I've got to go and spend a penny.
Oh, yeah. But that's like a grandma thing.
So's this.
My mum's much too cool to say spend
Your mum
a
is
penny.
very cool.
Yeah. She's
But-
intrinsically cool.
She is.
Yeah.
She's not square.
She is not square.
Neither are you,
I'm
FYI.
much squarer than my
You're
own
not
mum.
remotely square.
Okay. Care if I am, though. You just don't want to have a square podcast partner.
Not
It's all
really.
about you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
my sister
Yes.
is a Pilates instructor.
She's not only a Pilates instructor, she's a great Pilates instructor.
She's actually the Pilates police. I call her.
I've been to her Pilates classes. She's
Yeah.
really good.
We both have.
Yep, she's really good and really diligent. And
Yeah.
like, really makes sure you're doing the right thing.
And you feel very safe in her hands.
very.
Yes. She would have a problem with you saying that they are 10 a penny.
No, she might. I thought you were going to say she would have a problem with the fart.
I don't know if she would or she wouldn't. But my feeling is if someone farted in her Pilates class, but she's very, very, very kind, my sister.
Yeah.
She is like the nicer version of me. Much
She
nicer.
is.
She is a much nicer version. She is. She is. So my feeling is that she would be totally cool with it and she would definitely not want to lose a client over a silly fart.
No, she'd either sort of gently giggle or totally ignore it or make a very supportive comment. Like, don't worry, that happens to everybody.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. That's what she would do. So I definitely think you can go back. My question is, how many people were in the class and do they definitely know if it was you that farted? Because it could have been anybody.
She says loudly in brackets.
Have you ever farted in a place that you shouldn't have farted?
I'm not really a massive farter. I mean, you've known me for 5 years. Has it ever been an issue in our relationship?
No.
No.
And
Ditto.
likewise, yeah.
Ditto. I don't think...
Although I have had one of these situations.
Oh.
It was really awful.
Oh.
I don't even know if I should share it.
I think you better now. You started, so you finished.
But it's so embarrassing.
Well, come on.
And it was just me and
It's only me here.
it was just me and one other person in the room. It was at my osteopath's.
Oh.
And sometimes what she would do is she would sort of like lift my legs up and,
Oh.
you know, like to crack my lower back.
Right.
So she lifted my legs up to crack my lower back. And when I say a fart came out, I swear this is a totally true story. A big belter came out.
Oh.
Now, because there were only two of us in the room,
You couldn't say it was the dog.
it clearly wasn't her. Luckily, I had been to this woman for many, many, many years.
Luckily, it was a woman.
Well, what difference does it make?
Oh, I think it would be worse if it was a man.
Yeah, it would be worse. It wasn't great. It wasn't my finest moment in my life. Anyway,
No.
she,
Did she laugh?
yeah,
Did you laugh?
no. It was really mortifying. And then she burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I'm really sorry, because she's normally very professional. And
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I had to laugh. What could I do?
Had to laugh.
What could I do?
I'm actually glad she laughed because then it broke the ice. Because if she kind of just glossed over it and pretended it didn't happen, it'd be so much more tense in the room. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, there was a fart. Let's all acknowledge the fart.
I used to go to her because I had really bad headaches.
Yeah.
So every 3 weeks I would go to her. And since I started taking my HRT, my headaches have gone, which I find totally fascinating. And in exactly the same period of time that I farted, the HRT kicked in and I no longer had headaches.
Right.
So basically I haven't been back since.
Okay.
So it's going to look like, I mean, I went to her for like 20 years.
Wow.
It's probably going to look like
You farted and left.
I farted and left and
Yes.
ghosted her.
Yes.
And I've often thought, should I send a message to say it wasn't
the
because of the
fart.
fart? Or like, how do I phrase it so that she doesn't think it's because I'm ashamed of the fart? I mean, I'm not proud of it, but it wasn't my sole reason for leaving.
Okay. I mean, I think it's been so long now that it would be even weirder if you now messaged her 4 years later saying, hi, just wanted to let you know.
It's been a year.
Oh, a year. Still weird.
It's a long
Hi,
time,
just
isn't
to
it?
let you know, it was the fart wasn't the reason for me leaving, because that's weirder. Because she's probably forgotten about
I
it
bet
by
she
now.
hasn't.
I mean,
I'm sure she's not going to bed thinking about it or anything like that. But, you know, it was a moment.
it
Was a
like
moment.
I'm
So anyway,
sorry.
my answer to this listener, yours
Yeah.
is obviously no, you can't go back. They're
Yeah.
10 a penny, go to another Pilates
Yeah.
studio. Mine is, actually, if you found a Pilates class and Pilates instructor that you really like, definitely stick with them because they are not 10 a penny,
No, they're not.
you know?
Mm.
So I would say, suck it up.
And clench those butt cheeks. And maybe eat less chickpeas before you go next time.
That is our show on 40ish. Thank you so much for being here and thank you so much for listening. If you want to be part of the show, we would love you to be. Please, you can write in your dilemmas. You can email us hello@40ish.co.uk. All of our links are below in our show notes. Come follow us on all of our social channels. That's at 40ish.podcast on any of our socials. And we would love to hear from you. So please share anything you want to share with us. And we will be back next week.
Did you know that the most prolific serial killer in modern history was born in Britain? Were you aware that nearly 2 murders happen every day in the UK? My name's Stuart Blues and I'm the host of British Murders, a true crime podcast focusing exclusively on British murder cases and serial killers. Every Thursday I tell the detailed story of a British murder case within the bite-sized time frame of 15 to 30 minutes. That's British Murders, available to stream on your favourite podcast platform now.